Hello and welcome. My name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot. I have had a request to do a walkthrough of the Oak, Ash, and Thorn, and I've been meaning to do a unfair deck comparison of this with the Tarot Fauna, so I'm going to go ahead and do my walkthrough that way. You are going to hear my neighbor, yes, there he is, doing his lawn. That is his life. So if I waited for him to stop making lawn noises, I would be doing all of my videos in the middle of the night. So there is my little rant against lawns. I could go on and on because we live in Utah, it's the desert. Stop trying to grow a lawn, please, for a million reasons. Deep breath. Okay. So, this comes from the UK, Oak, Ash, and Thorn. It comes in a tuck box, but it is the best designed tuck box. It has like all the bells and whistles. It's nice and heavy duty cardboard. It's embossed, so all of these leaves and everything are embossed, and you can feel them. I'm sure you can't see it. It has the nice flip back. It has the nice thumb pull out. And best of all, you might be able to tell from the bottom, this is the two flaps are folded over, so you don't have a flap that is inserted back into the box that you have to worry about catching on when you put the cards back in. So you don't have to go through any gymnastics of putting a card in first and covering up that flap and everything. Love this. If it's going to be a tuck box, this is the tuck box. So that's the backs of that. Tarot Fauna is from the US. I think it's from the US, and it goes in and out of print. Just keep an eye on the website, which I'll provide a link for when the next print run is, and you'll be able to get it. It's a nice little 2-part box. Those are the backs of this. And we'll talk about cardstock in a second. So this is printed, the Oak, Ash, and Thorn, everything for the Three Trees Tarot is printed on eco-friendly cardstock. I believe it's some degree of recycledness. Yeah, carbon neutral, solar power, vegetable-based inks, responsible print. So maybe it's not recycled card. And clearly it is much thicker than the Tarot Fauna, which is still it's just very different. So this is, I'm sure it's got a core. I would be afraid to bend this and crease it. Because it's so thick, you can probably riffle shuffle it. I don't think I've tried. The Tarot Fauna is more like the smooth, it's over 300 GSM for sure, like MPC cardstock. It's very, very nice and easy to riffle shuffle. Why is that card there? Okay, we will have to put that card in order when we start doing the walkthrough. So we're going to move these out of the way for a second. And then we'll talk about guidebooks. So, Oak, Ash, and Thorn has these keyword cards that come in the deck, which are, nice when you don't want to have a guidebook around, but you want, a quick hit for something. Opening up on my phone because it has a PDF guide. Okay, I am back. So hopefully you can see this. Yeah. So I use Evernote for all my stuff. I haven't printed this out yet. So the images are in black and white. And it is a nice little guide. So there is that for the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. And then for Tarot Fauna, separately from the deck, you can order a guide. Comes from Blurb. So it is nice quality. And this is a great guide for an animal deck because it talks a lot about the symbology, animal symbolism of the different animals. So there you go for all of that. And then we have elements. So there is a ton of info in here to help you connect with an animal deck. If that's something that maybe you want to do but are having trouble with because you don't understand all the animal symbology, this is a great book for that, for this deck. Oh, I'm working so hard not to be annoyed by the lawn sounds. Okay, so let's flip them over. And one of the reasons I wanted to do the unfair deck comparison of these two is because they are very similar in the way that they have, I believe, Tarot Fauna, am I totally wrong? Tarot Fauna and Oehlers and Thorn for each of the minors have a genus of animals that they stick to in that suit. And we see here that the Fool in both is the same. And this one is out in the sunlight and this one is in night, which is very cool contrast. And then for the Magician, we have a flying squirrel, which I think that's an amazing choice. And we have a crow here, raven, probably raven. And they're both in night time. Love that this has fireflies in it. Love both of these. And so we do see what's going to be used in each of the minor suits. So we have, for cups, we have the acorn caps. And for swords, we have swords. For wands, we have branches. And for pentacles, it looks like coins of some sort. The High Priestess. So here we have the raven or crow, which is it. Let's look real quick. Where does it say? Too much time to read. And some kind of hawk, falcon, maybe. And in Oehlers and Thorn, we've also got some of the human elements, the human symbology here with, you know, a scroll, and she's wearing a necklace. And in here, in the Tarot Fauna, we have none of that, just the animal and the environment. And again, they're both at night. This one, crescent moon. This one looks like an almost full moon. And the Empress. These are both really beautiful. We've got a fox with her kittens, and a rabbit with her, what are baby rabbits called? Brain words. Emperor. So a wolf looks like. And here we have a stag. Daylight, nighttime. Again, we have, we have a wand here, which is a scepter, I guess it is. And here we don't have any of that human symbology there. The Hierophant, an owl, which makes a ton of sense, right, for the Hierophant. Here we have a raccoon, which is kind of funny. Raccoons are so naughty. The Lovers. Love both of these. These are cranes. Yep, cranes. And foxes. And again, daytime, nighttime. And we've got what looks like if a seasonality of fall here. This looks more like late summer. The Chariot. So what I'm noticing here as I do this walkthrough is that definitely feels like Oak Ash and Thorn is more of a nighttime setting, and Tarot Fauna is more of a daytime setting. And not sure what kind of bird that is. We've got a snail on its head. And here we have an ant trying to and for the Wheel of Fortune, we have a spider web, and what does it say? So it looks like north, south, east, and west. I was trying to make it be a word, but then, oh, and then we have tarot. That's cool. And all these little critters down here and the mushrooms. And then over here we have what looks like a red-tailed hawk and the sun, and then some stuff swirling around there, maybe like flower petals. And then justice, a wolf, and a cougar. So we're definitely in Oak Ash and Thorn, we're going to have more UK-based animals, and in Tarot Fauna it's going to be more North American animals. Makes sense, right? And this looks like we're going, you know, we have the dark and the light here. So we have two pillars, which are the two trees, and here the pillars are more represented by that light itself. Hanged Man. I love this so much that it's a caterpillar just creating its cocoon, it looks like. And here it's adorable little mouse clinging to a flower in the rain. And then death, which is interesting because here we have moths. Here we have is that the Luna moth? Looking again. Just says moth. And these, at least that, the color story, you know, we have this sort of, what shade of green is that? Like a forest green. We have it here as well. Temperance. A swan. What appears to be a raging river. There's a couple cups there. And here we have a bear and a butterfly. And the devil. Spider alert. And I believe they both have spiders. Or maybe not. Maybe Oak Ash and Thorn doesn't have any. We did see a spider web though. And the tower. Kind of similar there. We have a forest fire here though, which seems apropos for our current climate. And then here you have the lightning that, you know, that you're used to seeing hitting the tree. And then the star. So this is cool. They've got these fish looking up at the stars. And down here we have Ursa Major, I'm guessing. Don't really know much about the constellations, sadly. And the moon. Love both of these. Love how this one reminds me a lot of think it's the moon or the star in the Spacious Tarot, where you're looking up through the canopy of the trees in the forest. And here I love that it's a little squirrel all curled up, and the moon is represented down here. And then the sun, which is interesting because it's this basically that same picture as the sun. We have a moth here, butterfly here, and obviously moon and sun. These are different, very different. Love that it's a dove carrying a rose, it looks like, but it's in the rain, which is interesting. Judgment. Another spider. So if you don't like spiders, you might not like Tarot Fauna. I have no problem with spiders. I do like how it's a black widow. Might have made sense in the devil to be a black widow. Interesting to find out why the different spiders were chosen, if it says. And I like here how it's a dove flying up, and it's the same, looks like the same dove as from the sun. And the world represented here, you know, basically the whole countryside. We've got many different kinds of animals in it, and it's either a full moon or a setting sun. It appears to be a full moon, though, to me, with all the stars. And here it's much more close up on just a couple animals, and she's got, or he, do female deers have horns? Antlers, I mean? I don't think so. Anyway, and there's the world there hanging from the mouth. I love the use of all of the clouds. There's a lot of cloud formations in the Oehlers and Thorn. And they're really well done. Adam Oehlers is an amazing artist. I guess I should have pointed that out, that the illustrator for Oehlers and Thorn is Adam Oehlers, and the illustrator for the Tarot Fauna is Brittany, Burkard. And then we have extra cards in both of these decks. So we have mindfulness, we have violets, and some kind of a turtle. And here we have, which is the hint to the next deck, which I also have, which is Smoke, Ash, and Embers with the dragon there. And its possibilities. And then we have another extra card, cover that up, which is the wild, and it's a wild horse. So almost like it's Montana or Wyoming or somewhere where wild horses still are able to roam. All right. So on to the wands. So in Tarot Fauna, they're called torches. And here we do see the introduction of the animals holding something which we recognize, you know, a tool. We didn't really see that in the majors at all. And it's a beautiful wand there. And now it's interesting because now we've switched, right? Now we're in nighttime here and daytime here. And so they both have fox as the sigil animal of the wands, which is cool. These are both really beautiful cards. There's our wands there on the tree. And we have a wand down here laying down and one standing up. And the seasonality is very different, right? So this, it looks like winter, but it could also be like early spring. And this appears to be more late spring. Both in the daylight. So yes, they both appear to have seasonality to them. This definitely feels like winter, which is interesting because I associate wands with summer. And this appears more late spring, summer. And the 4. And now these appear to be more in line with the same season. 5. So it's interesting here that we have the 5 torches. There's one up there, but just 2 fox, and then here we have 5. And the 6. And so we have that a gray fox, is that a thing? Been defeated and is over here now, and they're celebrating their victory. And here we have a single victor from the previous card. So that's cool. And then the 7. I like how they're, yep, we won, but we still have to be vigilant. Keep an eye on things. Same here. The 8. I like how these are, rather than, I love that both of these don't just have flying wands. First of all, I like how these are encircled and all of their energy is coming together and, is creating sunlight. There's a bee there. It looks like it's bees. Love it. And here it's again, it's more of the energy being concentrated together rather than those 8 wands that feel almost like more dispersed energy. So again, it's more of this, the energy is coming together and concentrating in one place. And the 9. And he's definitely tired. He's letting them sleep, but he's got to stay up all night and keep guard. And this guy's keeping guard too. And then the 10. This one feels less like a burden because it almost feels like, I don't know, the 4 maybe, or even a 4 of swords. This is clearly more burdensome. Like maybe he's even having to go off and find food for the rest of them. The page. And this is a lot of color. Love it. Love how much energy there is with all of those colors. It almost feels nightish to me though. This definitely feels like a page. But I do love both of them. And then we have the knight. Got a bee again. The queen. Very, very similar. Both of them are beautiful. And the king. Love how we have all of this light here. Feels like there's a fire out there maybe even. Because this looks like smoke down here. We've got the salamander there on the tree. That's cool. And what's this other one? Is it also a salamander? Yes. So a couple salamanders there on the tree. There's a squirrel. That's cool. So the cups or the shells in Tarot Fauna. So we have, looks like we're going to have squirrels here and otters here, which I am there for the otters. I'm also there for the squirrels. They're adorable. And then so we have shells here and we have acorn caps here for cups. Love the little reflection down here. And the two, super similar, different animals, different environment, but and the three, so there's our three squirrels, and there's three otters. There's one down here I almost missed in the water. They look like they are having fun in both of these cards. And the four, and my dog has come to join us. You're gonna hear some panting. I love this squirrel. It's just like, no, can't see it. Five of the waterfall there. There's a lot of rain in Tarot Fauna too, it seems like. I mean, of Cash and Thorn. No. Okay. You can go lay down. It's okay. Why don't you go lay down? Come on, go lay down. Yeah, lay down. Lay down right there. It's okay. It's a good boy. Lay down. Good boy. Okay. You stay there. Okay. The six. Love, again, the waterfall there. Look how cute these guys are. The seven. Interesting with the, looks like a pearl there. We got a lot of light coming out of these. Water and a snake there. Maybe he's going to fall in the water trying to reach those shells that are down there. And there's one right here. You can just have that one. The eight. This is, you know, very typical of Eight of Cups, right? What you're used to seeing. This one's a little different. Interesting what the take is on that. Let's see. Oh, collect, move on, transition. So, yeah, it's a new layer for me. And the nine. Those are both really nice. And the 10. And so there's all the acorn caps up there. So you don't have the rainbow in either of these, but that's cool. Page. It's cute. He's looking at himself in the water. We're just seeing the reflection, the feet, the paws there on the edge. Page here. That's cute. It does have the fish in the cup. That's cute. Knight. So we've got the shell. So the cup is represented by the shell around, like as a necklace for the otter. Oehlers does such an amazing job with mushrooms. He actually has a book. Some kind of fairy tale about mushrooms. Can't think of the name of the book right now. Queen. This is adorable. Look at that. So cute. She's awesome. Is she actually wearing a crown, or is it? Yes, she is. And she's got, rather than just the acorn cap, she's got the whole acorn. Fish down here. And the king. Okay, so in Tarot Fauna, the swords are feathers, and they are owls. And in the Oehlers and Thorn, ravens. Does it say? Let's see. Should say. Ace of Swords. Does it say what the Raven? Yes, Raven. It's very stormy here in this one. It appears kind of gray here too. Oops. And now we have the contrast of day and night. Or maybe this is more of like dusk. Very traditional. Love that moon. You know, this is definitely more of conflict than being blindfolded and having to make a hard decision, which is kind of how I read that. And then the 3, so neither of these did they stab a heart, which is nice. It's stabbing a heart-shaped leaf. And here we have an empty nest. So definitely that feeling of loss. And the 4. That's interesting. Like the wing is covering their face and they're sleeping. The 5. So, oh, okay, so way back here, you can see that is a fox. And 6. Very cool. And they're all going in the same direction in both of these. The 7 is very angry. Okay, we got some owls, little teeny owls there in the tree. So maybe he's having to defend his nest that he's building from these guys over here. The 8. This one makes me sad. Although he is holding on to that, so if he just let that go, he'd probably become unentangled. And the 9. Oh, very, very worried. And the 10. So this one is very dramatic. It's interesting that like the butterflies are coming out of the bird. Is it some kind of transformation? And here the bird is not being stabbed. It's a broken egg. But maybe it's hatching, maybe it's, well, there's no nest, so yeah, maybe that egg fell out of the nest and cracked and is doomed. A page. Yeah, like both of those. I'm sorry, trying not to focus on the sound of the weed eater, but it's just like, dude, go do something else, anything else. It's like he's got some kind of armor on his head, maybe a helmet. Interesting. The Queen. These are both beautiful. And the King. So now we have Pentacles, which are rocks in Tarot Fauna. And again, just like all of those colors in the sky. I love the use of color in Tarot Fauna. I also love the use of color. It's much more restrained and muted in Oak, Ash, and Thorn. Looks like we have hares here and bears. The hares and the bears. And there's our pentacle there in the flower. And he's standing on the rock. Or she. I don't know how to tell a he and a she. And then the two pentacles there. She's got the two. We've got the two rocks, boulders. And we've got a lot of water, it would seem. Watery feel to the pentacles and so far. The three. Interesting that we've got a fox or a wolf. Is it helping? Appears to be helping. Seems unlikely, but that's cool. The four. The roots underground, that's cool. Or are they cracks from the growling? Strawberries. Looks like strawberries. Yes, strawberries. Five. Both of them are in very inclement weather. The six. Very similar colors going on here. Not sure, is the bear gonna let the fox come in from the cold and share the cave? Seven. Just sleeping blissfully, safe here. She's definitely a little bit more on guard. Her cubs are playing, but she's got to make sure she can protect them. 8. This is kind of funny. He's moving the boulders to create an archway on the cave entrance. Makes me laugh. This is cute. The 9. Just chilling. We're just chilling. The 10. Page. Getting some honey. The Knight. Getting some salmon. The Queen. A lot more action in Tarot Fauna. so far, at least, that I've been noticing. The hairs are much more still. These little babies are adorable. And the king. Okay, so that was an unfair deck comparison, which is an idea that I took from Mixtress Ray. I'll share her channel below. And it's really, I don't know that it really is unfair, but I think it's cheeky to call it that. And, you know, 2 decks, these are probably, so far of my deck comparisons, the most similar. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. Thoughts on these decks, I'll share links to how you can purchase them. Have a great day and take care.